Alright, so you've probably seen a couple videos already. You've either seen my video or Grind School's video about the 88 Monte Carlo T-Top True SS. Not mine. Mine is it's a clone, 85, but he picked up the 88, so it's not perfect. It needs a little bit of work, and I'm gonna check with him before I do anything. He dropped it off at Dash Garage. Like, I'm not gonna tinker with it a little bit, but I'm gonna look it over. I'm gonna try to save all the work for him, but if he needs me to do something while it's here, I have no problem turning some wrenches on it. But I'm gonna go over what I noticed so far with the car, and I've sent him some videos and some clips. Where's my hat at? It's on the bike today, so you know, helmet hair. But I'll go over some stuff and then look into the car a little bit more. I'll start with some cosmetic stuff. I really haven't popped the hood, looked under there yet, or even popped the trunk yet. Well, I've looked inside the trunk. I looked under the hood when we picked it up, but as far as it being in the garage, really haven't gone into it too much. But yeah, let me turn the camera around, then I'll go over what I found and what I'll let him know about it. So we'll start from the front. I know you're gonna get a bunch of shadows. The sun's about to start setting, but what I know so far, obviously the nose has some holes in it, so that's nothing some fiberglass filler can't fix. For the most part, it has some stress cracks in there, but that's nothing major. He just wants it as more of a daily something to hop in and have some fun in. Kind of what the Elko is to me. It's not perfect, it's far from perfect, but I can hop in it and run errands, go to local meets and stuff in it, and not worry about it. But yeah, I pointed out to him that the headlights, so the low beams, they have bulbs in there and everything, but the high beams are missing them. And like I mentioned in mine, I think I mentioned it, I just threw away some halogen bulbs for it, or the actual like sealed bulbs for it, so I could have threw those in on the high beams, but just threw them away the day before. I might talk about bad timing, but it's also missing one bracket here, so I have to track that down, and then the parking light down here, so we'll get all that situated. I just noticed this crack here, so well, like somebody stapled it. But yeah, like I said, it's fiberglass and a little paint match and we'll be good. Bottom spoiler's a little chip, but same thing, just touch that up. But yeah, that's all I've noticed so far cosmetically on the front of the car. Like I said, there's a few chips here. I'm not sure how in depth he wants me to go on it, but I'll let you guys know what I found. And then I just took a magnet, so had a pretty decent magnet, and went over the whole body on the certain spots. That sun is a killer with that shadow. Let me just say screw it, open it up all the way. So I took the magnet along the fenders, along the bottom of the doors, the rockers, along the rear quarters. Everything was good. Like I said, this obviously we'll get that taken care of if you have to cut it out or remold something in there. I didn't find anything on this side besides where they shave the handles. You can tell that's a bunch of Bondo. The magnet would stick, but not as strong as like right outside of it, so pretty much this whole section is just filled in. You can probably tell where it's starting to crack. But other than that, this side was good. I mentioned in my video there's a little dip here, but it's hardly noticeable. You gotta look at it at the right angle. I'm still debating, like I'm not sure about the rear bumper. Mine's different. I know the 85s, 86 are different with the taillights and everything. I'm not sure if they changed the bumper in 87 and 88. So if they did, let me know. I'll try to look at some pictures, but I couldn't get a clear picture. But I want to say this is a different bumper. If I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm right, let me know. And obviously, probably going to take the spoiler off for him. So I'm like, that's not a good look. It's not a good look. So I'll probably take that off for him and go from there. But the passenger side, let's see. Might have parked a little too close to the wall, but it'll be fine. Passenger side, like I said, I did the same thing with the magnet, and then right down here, you can see it's kind of bubbling up a little bit. So I'm not sure if that's rust or somebody tried to repair that with some body filler already, but we get that taken care of too. Same thing with this area of the door. It's all a bunch of filler, so we'll get that all situated. And then he asked me about the T-top. Like I said, the driver's side is missing. We're tracking down one. We'll get that taken care of. But he wanted me to check out this side. And was like, hey man, see if it's a locking one or just a latch one. So I took it off and let him know what it was. And then the only thing I've been finding lately, or after that, was most of this looks good. Like I said, you see a little bit of rust in here. I asked him if he wanted me to take these off or not. Still waiting to hear back from him, but I did notice all up in here it's a little rusty, so we'll see what it looks like up underneath. But I might, like I said, I'm gonna try my hardest to not touch it too much unless he's over here working on it. But there is some stuff that I can knock out, and it won't be a big deal. But let's see about the inside. Like I said, it does have poppers, but these ones aren't working, so I know he was talking about pretty much cutting this back out and putting the handles back in, which we could do, or order some new poppers. Those shouldn't be too hard to wire up and get those working if you wanted to go that route. I think I have some vents, so I'm gonna look at my parts bin. Like I said, I have parts for days, trim pieces. This is all extra parts. I think those are PT parts. But yeah, I have some extra trim pieces and everything, even in this box down here. Some pieces, so we'll see what I need for my money. We'll see if I have any extra parts left over. I have no problem throwing them on this one, but you guys can see the trim's already blacked out on here. So I blacked out here. I had mine powder coated. It was chrome, like I said, true SS clone. But I knew what I was getting into when I bought it, so wasn't too worried about it. That's where the other T-top is. Just throw it back here for now. But yeah, with the seat, we're definitely gonna have to get some new seat brackets, because oh, what is that? Oh, didn't even recognize that at first, but yeah. So looks like I'm gonna get to do some welding. Yeah, that's a C-clamp. Man, that is rigged up like no other. But yeah, let's see. I think I found something back here. Yeah, might add that to the collection. But hey, if you need some seat brackets, I know where some are. But I'll definitely have to send him a picture of that. That is, woo. That's JB Weld. Somebody tried to JB Weld the seat bracket back on and then hold it in with a C-clamp. So yeah, even that back one. Whew. I was like, I'm gonna get the brake out the welder. Probably pull this carpet up and see how bad it is. But there are some parts I need to look out for. If it was a brake pedal, I would have one, but brake pedal's good. No gas. Ain't got no gas in it. Nah, it's, the pedal looks like it's broken off. And I know I pulled the bushing behind it out for Nico for his Malibu. I should have grabbed the whole pedal out of one from the junkyard, but I get to look out for more G-Buddies junkyards. Might bring that series back. Whew. Yeah, that sun's a killer. Ooh, see? Disconnected the battery for him because there was something like little chime or something, sounded like it was ticking behind the cluster. So instead of having to drain the battery or leaving it on the tender, he just wanted to disconnect it, so I came out, disconnected that. Yeah, so interior, like I said, I think he said he wants it back to original or somewhat original, but it does have the power locks and windows, little Kenwood and everything. There's a toggle switch here, I'm not sure where it goes to, and one here also. So we'll have to dig into that, see what those are for. I did notice some LEDs back in there, so that's probably what one of them's to. So there's some LEDs back there. Yeah, but that seat, man, that cracks me up. Yeah, I could bring the shampooer out, clean the carpets up. That should be no problem. But yeah, the whole back seat, yeah, that's not bolted in. I noticed that yesterday. So yeah, and I did try to pop the trunk, but the battery's disconnected, so the popper isn't working. But it's just, it looked like mine before I put the kill mat back there, or fat mat, whatever one I use. So just looks like a stripped down trunk. I told him what it he knows what we could do to it, you know, that trunk enclosure, but we'll see what route he wants to go. I know he's like, man, I'm not trying to copy with the white, but it's a clean look, and I obviously agree. But yeah, I think I have a couple of the passenger ones, the seatbelt retractors, so we'll see about that. Other than that, that's about it. So that's just a quick walk around. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'll send him this video, let him throw it up on his channel, or if I throw it up on mine, or if he wants to come and do a different look at it. But yeah, I know he's not a fan of the spacers, and it's a pretty good size spacer in there. So there's talk about just getting rid of the wheels, putting new wheels on. So we'll see what route he wants to go with that. Let's see. Then all up under here, like I said, it sounded good when we were driving it. I'm pretty sure I mentioned in my video, it sounded like it's breaking up a little bit. I think transmission fluid the transmission has a leak in it somewhere. There's a bunch of fluid up here, so one of these hoses is busted or stripped out. So I told him I'll give him a look on those. Radiator looks good. Looks like a newer radiator. Red top Optima battery. So I have that on the battery tender, which is charged up. So that's good. If he wants to come over and start it up, it should fire right up. Might have to pump the gas a little bit, but we're good there. Yeah, those lights. Look at that wiring. So that wiring could definitely use an update, and if he wants to go that route, I know a guy that just wired up a 85 Monte Carlo. You know, get some. It's not the cleanest, but we cleaned it up a little bit. But yeah, as far as under the hood, I know he walked around it a little bit in his video. This is just more in depth a little bit, so definitely want to clean all that up. Not sure if he's going to want to keep the heat and AC in this one, which if it's working, I would say do it. But the AC delete, it's a good look also. So not too sure about the motor and transmission. I believe it's 350. Not sure about the transmission, so I won't mention any of that. But it does have long tube headers on it, so that's a plus. A bunch of Edelbrock stuff. So you got the Edelbrock fuel pump, Edelbrock intake, all the dress up kit. So Edelbrock carb. Looks like the kick down cable, or would that be the cruise control? So that is snapped off, so we'll see. Like I said, I'll keep digging into it a little bit here and there, see what I find, but I'm trying to hold off, not mess with anything. But we'll see what I get the go ahead and permission to do versus what he wants to come over and do on the car. But yeah, I'm taking this off for sure, man. That's just bugging me. I know you want to keep the OEM look. The Challenger spoiler isn't for everybody on here, but trying to help you out, man. But like I said, you see the third brake light in here. So I believe it changed in 87, 86. Might have been an iffy year. But yeah, third brake light for the 85. Mine, I'm not gonna add one. I might do an LED strip in there. Who knows? But there's little differences between the years. But yeah, that's about it. That's all I'm really finding on it. And I like that I have it here because I could compare it a little bit to the stuff I'm missing on mine. I said with the parking light issue, how they set a little bit higher. I was looking at this one and it kind of does the same thing. Sets a little bit higher up in there, so I'm not sure if they're both wrong or if they're both right. But other stuff, just like the air box and everything, I kind of see where that bracket that I don't have, see how that sits. Like I said, I think I'm gonna go with hood pins on it, or hood latches, and just see where different stuff sits. But yeah, that's kind of the walk around on the 88 T-Top Monte Carlo SS compared to the 85 Monte Carlo. I never called it SS, so it is a clone. I know some people call it the SS in comments and stuff, and I'm like, hey, I've never captured it, hashtagged it, never mentioned it as a true SS. I always just say Monte Carlo. So don't be disappointed. Don't come checking the VIN looking for that 8th digit to be a G. That's not it on this one. This one is a true SS. So yeah, they said they look like twins. So we call them siblings, man. We call them siblings. It's big sister, that's little sister. We go with that. But yeah, they do look good together, man. I think the Elco's gonna be jealous, gonna be eyeballing it like, hey, that's my spot in the garage. So, hey, let's get these subscribers up and let's get a lift in here, man. Let's get a lift or the driveway extended. But yeah, if I had to lift, I imagine those two parked. Well, it'd probably be that one on top of that one because that's the one's leaking a lot. But yeah, if I had to lift in here, get the Elco in here. Have 3 G bodies in here. What 87 SS boy say in one of his video was better than 1 G body, 2 G bodies, about 3 G bodies, man. Starting to look like Elko Warren up in here, and they get that mirror wall, and it look like 4 of them in here. But yeah, that's about it. That's just a walk around on Grind School's '88 Monte Carlo SS with the T-tops.